So, bro, I just want to first of all start by um, I want to kind of get your opinion or view on the anniversary of SARS. 20th of October 2020, something evil happened in Nigeria. Something that resonated with every Nigerian, both in diaspora and both at home. So I don't know. I would like to get your thoughts first of all on what you think coming up to the first anniversary of what happened. What are your thoughts?
First of all, I'll be very plain with you.
Yeah.
First of all, I believe that that was the first time the young people of this country stood up to their feet.
Yeah, I agree.
And challenged the authorities of this government.
Yeah.
And the leaders of Nigeria. So that is what I know that happened on that day.
Yeah.
But you know that a country like our own, very sadly, that when you are about to showcase the thing you are known for, they find a way to kill that, that zeal in you.
Yeah.
So we stood up to say no to something that affected our life and our human rights.
Yeah.
And we were ambushed, we were killed, we were maimed by the same government that we pledged our allegiance to.
Yeah.
That was the first thing I know. That's the only thing I know that happened on that day.
I agree with you 100%, right? And for me, I remember that day vividly. I remember it so clearly. And for me, when it happened, I literally cried. I cried because
you can imagine what it was.
Yeah. Because right? Nigeria, we've always known that our leaders are bad. Everyone accepts that. That's a fact. No one can deny that, right? However, to have the gall, to have the audacity to fire live bullets into a crowd at the Lekki toll gates, right? To have the effrontery to fire at your own people. Listen, you're not killing foreigners. You're not killing enemies. You're killing your own people, your own blood, right? Fellow Nigerians like you, boys and girls like you, young people, the future of your country you're killing. That was what I couldn't wrap my head around it, honestly. I understand the fact, right, that governments do bad things, right? Every government in the world has done bad things and we do bad things, right? But one thing that governments of countries don't do is kill their own people. Whether willingly or unwillingly, whether knowingly or unknowingly, the governments never do that. They go to great extents or great lengths to make sure that they never ever do things that will jeopardize the lives of their people. I was doing some research into what happened, right? According to Amnesty International, 56 people died during the NSAS protest. 56. 56 people. 56 people died. Right?
Young people, don't say anything.
Young people. A guy tweeted that Nigeria will not end him. The next day or so, the guy passed. He died. The girlfriend was crying.
I can't speak.
Exactly. So honestly, like my first reaction was, I won't say shock, right? Because nothing shocks me again when it comes to how evil our leaders are. But I will say I was so demoralized. I was so depressed, right? Yes, these people can do things like this, but you can't. For some reason, you're like, okay, they won't go this far. You know what? They won't do this in the way that they're claiming they want to do. But it was so shocking. Like honestly, coming up to the first anniversary kind of brings back those emotions again. It kind of brings back those memories.
I'm going to jump up on this discussion a little bit. Let me. I was reminiscing of what happened that day.
Yeah.
I was on Twitter following the whole thing happen and unfold and everything.
Yeah.
Throughout the period of that protest. That day, there were people at the toll gate.
Yeah.
Like they do. People are in the toll gate. All of a sudden,
Yeah.
people came from nowhere. The people that walked, in the toll gate,
Yeah.
came to the toll gate to remove the cameras
Yes.
around the toll gate.
Evidence, proof.
And I can remember people shouting that evening.
Yeah.
And some people were tweeting when people started tweeting what is happening at the Lekki toll gate.
Yeah.
Please don't go there. They are removing the lights at the cameras. Please don't go there. It is going to be a massacre. It's going to be a bloodbath.
Yeah.
Who knows what the Nigeria government is planning?
Yeah.
This words, I did not forget it because it is still fresh in my head.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm telling you. Because I know I read these particular words from a lot of people.
Yeah.
Including Stegalink. Stegalink is the man that carried this hashtag SARS on his head.
Yeah.
You should understand that the protest even started in 2017.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not last year.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Stegalink took it upon himself to tweet concerning every problem that has to be associated with SARS.
Yeah.
So if you have any problem with the Nigerian police, especially when it has to do with SARS, you call him. He will send people because he knows the commissioner of police in Lagos, and he had a way to release anybody that has
issues or problems. Yeah.
Like if you are innocent and you get to that place and you get to him.
Yeah.
I know there was a time people took his face and did it and used it as wallpaper.
Yeah.
So that if some is you open it and at least let them see that there is Segalink's face.
Yeah.
And at least let them leave you alone.
Yeah.
It got to that extent, my brother.
Yeah.
Until that sad moment when a young man that was driving on a white Lexus and they zoomed away with his Lexus. That was when Nigeria saw the worst of it all and said, no, we cannot continue like this.
Sorry, bro, come again. Come again. Sorry, they shot the guy in the Lexus, right?
Yes, the guy driving in a white Lexus. They shot him, they dragged him out of the Lexus.
Yeah.
From what I heard, they said they were pursuing him from a very far distance. I don't know what the young man did.
And these are people that are meant to protect us. The SARS, special anti-robbery squad, they are meant to protect us from kidnappers, from thieves, from hoodlums. They are the ones that are now killing us.
Well, good. They don't have any business to do with cyber crime. It is not their business.
Exactly.
That is what EFCC is all about.
Yes.
And then you see a young man that is driving his car.
A nice car.
Don't care about money. You come out to harass him and kill him if he doesn't pay. There were a lot of people. You are talking about 56 people that died during the protest.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, a lot more than that number died from SARS was.
Yeah. I agree.
When SARS started working in Nigeria, operating in Nigeria, till that time they did that protest. I will tell you about Okoso SARS.
No, bro. Go ahead.
You know, there was a time during P2B's administration. They said a time came when people's body, that's water around that Okoso.
Yeah.
A day came when a lot of people they started seeing people's body floating.
Yeah.
These are young people.
Yeah.
That are innocent.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can tell you the story one girl said on that day when they were doing that night vigil.
Yeah.
This girl said that his younger brother that was sent out to do an ATM.
Yeah.
He was caught by these guys, these SARS guys in Anambra State. When they caught him, they took him. The parents did not know his whereabouts.
Yeah.
Until one day, one man said he went to Okoso SARS and saw their son.
Yeah.
They went to Okoso SARS.
Yeah.
When they got to that place, they recognized their son and they were asked to pay. Their father paid every dime that the father sold everything he had just to bring out his son from that place.
Yes.
Only for that boy to be killed.
Yeah.
This girl was crying on that day. He said the father was entered that river where people's body was floating.
Yeah.
Opening every single body that was floating on that river.
Yeah.
Just to find out if he could see his son. You can imagine what it is.
No, as a parent, bro, and to add to your story, right? Because I remember that story very, very vividly, right? The man had the gall to tell that he himself had killed their son.
Yes.
The man told, yeah. And let me, bro, I told my wife this story. I remember as SUG president, I remember going to Okozo. My brother, the day I walked into Okozo, that SARS Okozo, the smell, the stench from that place, my brother, it smelled like death. I've never since that day, even before that day, I've never smelled anything that bad in my life. Like walking into that, because as a president, you have to liaise with these people, right? The police, SARS, DSS, and I remember going to visit these people then. But entering SARS or Kozo, that place smelled, and you could tell, without even asking, you could tell that something wrong happens in that place, right?
Yes.
Something deadly and something evil goes on in that place. But just to recap what we said, right? For me, and like you said, on the 20th of October 2020, I believe the Nigerian government, I believe they crossed the line.
Of course.
I believe they did something that can never ever, we will never ever forgive them for. Never. And one thing I said, and I've said this before, right? I remember that day when that happened, and I've said this previously. What I owe these people that died, according to Amnesty International, 56 of them, according to you and according to me, even before SARS happened, people have been losing their lives for years due to police brutality, due to something, something silly, something ridiculous, something that in the Western countries, police won't even look to you twice. So people have been dying for ridiculous reasons, right? On that day, I said to myself, what I owe these people that have died is that whenever we come into power, whenever we have the chance to make a difference, God willing, will make that difference. By the grace of God, the blood that these people shed on that day will not be in vain. Because I believe that blood speaks, right? We come from that religion or that creation where we believe that people's blood speaks, right? I believe that these people's blood is speaking up against these people. And I know that God willing, one day we will take over. But one thing I want to go to, like you said, we're talking about Twitter. And I was thinking about social media, right? And I was asking myself, if you go back to the Odi massacre of 1999, right? Yes. Go back to the about Women's Riot of 1929.
Yes.
We never had social media back then, right? I think to add to what you said, and I want to get your response. What made SARS different was the prevalence of social media. Twitter was massive, for example. Facebook was massive. WhatsApp was massive. The fact that this media, social media giants were able to help Nigerians to foment change, and people just came together. Whether you're Hausa, whether you're Igbo, whether you're Yoruba, it didn't matter. We all converged. So I want you to speak on how the social media, how did it help inspire this movement? Because I feel it's really, really helped us a lot. Because without social media, like I said, when the massacre happened during OBJ's time, you couldn't see that kind of uprising. About women's riots, that was before, long ago, 1929. We didn't see that. But NSAS was kind of different because of social media.
Of course. Like you said, I'm going to start my response by reading something Obasanjo said in 2017. He said, "We are sitting on a keg of gunpowder when it comes to the young people."
Yeah.
His comments were about the continent in general, but apply to Nigeria.
Yeah.
A nation of 200 million people, with more than 50% of it between 17 years and 35.
Yeah.
So what it means is that this age bracket have the whole skill that you can think of, including that of social media. So if we can find a way to connect ourselves, if we can find a way to connect ourselves, it means that we are formidable.
Yeah.
And it played out during that SARS. Twitter helped a lot. Twitter helped a lot because, you know, when a hashtag is trending, it's like a disturbing. It's like something that is very disturbing.
A fly, you can't kill. You can't kill the fly.
You cannot live without it. Hence, you're on Twitter. You want to know why this is trending.
Yeah.
So it's trended on Twitter for that whole time that protest happened.
Yeah.
So it carried everybody along. So it was a means of communication. It was a means of communication that people in Lagos says they will tweet with the hashtag and say, we are going to meet at this place. We are going to march from here to this place. Can you get me?
Yeah.
Then those in Aba, in Abia State, those in Anambra State, those in Enugu, those in the west, those in the north, we say this is what we want.
Yeah.
So that was exactly the role the social media played, which is commendable. And moving on from this moment till whenever we discover another channel of communication that can, surpass social media. I think that is the only weapon we have right now.
Exactly.
To connect with everybody around, to pass information, to say what actually is happening around us.
Yeah.
That way, nobody can shut up your mouth.
Exactly.
Like you say, when the Aba Women riot happened, it was only Aba.
Yeah.
Any other riot you're talking about is just between that sect.
Yeah.
But SARS is not
global.
It's not on the chart.
Global.
This is not that. It is global.
Yeah.
That's why we are. Remember, there's a statement Wizkid made.
Yeah.
He made that statement in UK. He said, I will quote, I flew away from Nigeria into UK. I had the Inspector General of Police banning SARS. From today, anybody who tells you, the young people, that you don't have a voice is lying to you. Okay, no, he said from today, let nobody tell you, the young people, that you don't have a voice, because you have shown us that your voice counts.
Yeah.
Why? Because we were making waves here in Nigeria. People in UK is equally doing the same protest against police brutality.
Exactly.
The same thing happened. The same thing happened in America. The same thing happened in some other parts of the country.
All over the world.
Social media.
Yeah.
So I guess social media was actually a weapon.
Yeah.
We didn't carry arms, but we had a channel where one person says something, everybody around him and around where he is hears what he says, projects it, and it's everywhere.
Yeah, bro. One thing that bothers me, right? And this is my fear. I'm afraid that we've lost momentum. I'm afraid that momentum. I was listening to a speech that Trump made when he was in office. He was talking about the importance of momentum, right, in business and in life. And what my fear after 2010 happened, that is 20th of October 2020 happened. People obviously and rightly so got scared. You can't blame us for getting scared, and people went back to living their normal lives, right? But looking ahead now, what can we do? Because real change has not happened. Yes, SARS might have been disbanded in name alone, right? But let's not forget, SARS was kind of a tip of the iceberg. In reality, what Nigerians were protesting was bad governance, corruption, illegitimate governance, yes, police brutality, of course. That's very important, right? Poverty. When you one article I read today, and I think that's the article you read, 40% of Nigerians live in poverty. 40%. Okay. Like you mentioned, 6% of Nigerians of a population of 200 million people around that, from that age of that young people, right? And you see a government not willing to capitalize on this age bracket they have and make good of it. So my question now is this, right? How can we regain momentum again, or do you think we never lost it in the first place? Do you think we still have that momentum with us from end SARS to push us to keep on going?
We did not lose momentum, brother.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, we did not lose momentum.